Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm Terry Lee, pure visionary, psychic medium, and I have the great pleasure today of hosting Wisdom Seeker Joan and Sun Psychic Jean. Ladies, happy Friday.
We made
It is a
it.
happy Friday.
Oh, and to everybody out there, we're just saying happy Friday to you, and we're ready to really get in and do some readings today. So we really appreciate you joining in, and we're going to chit chat a little bit before the show so that we can get a few people on board. And we have a couple people on board. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Yvette. Thank you. Thank you for coming and welcome. Welcome. So, Friday. It's such a glorious thing. I found that even when I had to work on Saturdays, Friday still had that magic vibe about it. How was your day going so far, ladies?
Going well for me. Things are slowly starting to warm up here enough that I had somebody put mulch in the gardens, which is like such a sign of spring. So
It is.
it's like yes, and the daffodils are now this high. Last week they were that high, so it's fun.
All
Well,
right.
that's great. That's great. I can see the sunshine out of your window, Joe, and I'm a little jealous because it's been quite rainy and a washout all day, like an all day
Yeah.
kind of rain where it doesn't ever look like it's a full daylight. It gets dark and then it gets a little
Mhm.
lighter. But we need the rain, and this is that gentle
Mhm.
rain in the spring that causes those beautiful flowers to bloom, right?
Yeah. And, I was just telling the ladies before the show, I live in Idaho where we had an enormous, enormous amount of snow this year. And now the snow is just beginning to melt. But what I love is the determination of those daffodils to come up and break through that crusty, cold snow. And now mine are like about that big.
Yeah.
So nature is so amazing. And we were just discussing too about thinking about spring, gives you those thoughts of renewal and how renewal is all around us. And we were relating that to reincarnation. How could we not believe in reincarnation when we see things being reborn around us constantly? So that's a wonderful theme for today. Renewal. It's like we sort of get these ruts in our life sometimes where we're trying to do all the things that we need to do, and that's great. But we get in a rut with our appreciation and our understanding of the glory that we are surrounded by on this planet. Not only the souls that are here with us, the brave souls that are with us, but also just the beauty of everything. It's really amazing. Just wanting to just I like today I had lunch on the bench in my backyard and just feeling the sun. It was so glorious. And I was just so thankful and saying, oh, I'm so thankful. I'm full of gratitude for this beautiful warmness. It's just simple, but essential, right?
And there's
That
nothing
is
like it after a long winter. It's profound.
So true. So true.
And that's a perfect example of yin and yang, hot and cold, contrast and whatever it just contrast and it's with these good times comes bad times, and without the bad times we wouldn't know how good the good times are. Without
Yes.
the winter we wouldn't know how wonderful the summer and spring is.
Yeah.
So it's really important to remember these things, and there is a balance, there is a flow, there is a it's important to remember this on the macrocosm and the microcosm. And just so you know, Terry Lee, I'm so sorry. I just realized I don't have the ability to star for
Oh
you.
no. Okay. Well, you know what? I already got one scar. I already have one scar. I'm that good. I'm that
I'm
good.
I'm
Fern, you're going to get your
yeah,
question answered
yeah.
today.
I can
All
call it
right.
out, but I don't I think it was when we were on Joan's channel, yeah, and the other channel.
Okay.
I think we were able to, but
Okay, I
um
must have missed setting that up. So we'll just carry on, shall we? I want to say hi to a few people out there. Lisa Sandros, Carolyn Adams, welcome. Emily, welcome. And Periette White, thank you so much for joining us. All right. So we are going to be answering questions today. I'm going to go back up here to show this that Jean kindly put in. Oh, sorry, Jean.
I'll
There
think
you
of
go.
that
We
too.
won't
There's
leave
a
it up
trick
for
to
very long. Oh, that's a clever way to get rid of somebody if you don't want to see them. Loved ones, pets. We need name and relation and name and type of your pet. Spirit guides and some unusual things perhaps that are happening in your life and you want some answers to or a new direction to look at it, please let us know because we are here to serve. That's also something else we talked about before we came on the show. We should do pre-show shows, because our pre-show conversations are pretty deep. But we were talking about, I was saying that one of the reasons why I am so driven and so grateful to be on this journey was how much I appreciated psychic mediums who read my son after he passed and what that meant to me. So to be able to help, to be able to be here and encourage each other, it's just such an honor and such a joy. And we're very grateful to be here, aren't we, ladies?
That's
Definitely.
very important. Thank you for sharing that. And what an inspiration. This is what drove you to do what you do now. And it's such a perfect, a full circle. It comes right around, and now you can help others like others had helped you.
Yeah,
And that's what we're all here for, to help each
that's
other.
right.
And
That's
that
right.
was the main message. Was it on Allie's show? At the end of the show, we did a group, like a message for the community. And my guide said that we all need to help each other. We all need to help our neighbor. It's not one person taking care of millions. It's one person taking care of the next person, taking care of the next person. We all need to look out for one another, help each other out, and be a community. This is
Yes.
what we're being reminded to do. I do see Michelle has a question at 2:30. Terry, just to point that out to
Okay. Let
you.
me see if I already have Michelle. No, I do not. I will go back to. Oh, is that is
Your
that my
time,
time?
2:30. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. 2:32.
Right
Yes,
under
I
your message.
just the idea of one helping another. Oftentimes, spirit will show me the human chain with that idea that, someone will all get together and grasp hands and help somebody who's kind of floundering. And then that person comes in from the deep or whatever, and then can get on the chain and help the next one too. And I think we're all on board with that, all here to help each other.
Yeah, we are very much here to help each other. There's no doubt about that. For some reason, Jean, I do not see it. I'm looking right at 2:30, and there's nothing there.
Oh, do you
Hmm.
see where my question, my Sun Psychic Gene comment is?
Yes.
And then yours? And then right underneath
Oh,
yours.
right there. Duh. There it is. Great.
Excellent. Good
Okay. It may
job.
not be in the right order, but we got it. We
Good
got it.
job. Do you want to take care of one other? Hi, Lisa. Aw, everybody's saying hi. Oh,
That's
she said,
great.
thanks so much for your reading on Ron's show. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. And M. Steve is here. He's my neighbor. Hi, M. Steve. And look, Lady Soul is here.
yes,
Lady
she is, and she just got
Oh,
Soul.
started.
gosh.
Woo.
Great to see you.
We're excited to see what's in store for you for the month of May, too, Lady Soul.
Yes.
All right.
Can I do one other piece of homework or housework, they call it? Do you want to go over and move the comments so it doesn't cover me each time? If you go over to the see where it says comments and banners, Terry Lee.
Yes, I do.
All right, see below banners it says custom, or it says something underneath banners. What does
It
that
says
say?
brand.
Brand. Choose that.
Okay.
And you see where it has all the different kind of bubbles?
Yeah,
Choose
it says
minimal.
minimal. I'm on minimal.
You are?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it was because it was a big comment.
Okay. Usually it pops them, but that's okay. Oh, and the other thing is maybe the layout. You can choose a different layout. As long as you're on minimal, that's cool.
Do you
You
want to go full
know, our
layout?
layout is at the bottom, the layouts across.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a different layout. I'm not sure. Usually on mine, it usually lifts us up every time there's a question. And
Ah,
Everybody, thank you very much for being so patient for us working out these little things. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Well, I think we should just dive in.
Joanna Albrecht is here. So nice to see you. Oh, Lady Soul says so much has happened. You need to come on and give us an update. Yeah, Joanna, come on over to the YouTube show. She says, I don't see any comments on this Facebook Live.
Mhm.
And the comments that we're talking about are on the YouTube. And the only comments you'll see is other people on Facebook. And there's only a
Mhm.
few on Facebook. Can I request a reading? Yes, you may. You may. Joanna just said at 2:40. And
Okay.
Scorpio Mama is here. Sure, Joanna. Thank you. And Joanna, if there's somebody, oh, you can know how to, yeah, if you can click on that YouTube, that'll be quicker for you, Joanna. That'd be great. She said, okay, I'll go there. She figured out how to go over to the YouTube. Excellent. We'll see you when you get back.
All right. Well, we're all just getting used to and appreciating this simulcasting ability. It's really fun.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. Well, I think we should get started, ladies. We have 8 stars, so that's enough to get rolling.
Yes, indeed.
Plus, I'm excited about it. I've just been looking forward to this all day. I love to read. So, Fern says, what does my spirit team have to say about me learning how to make design clothes? I've been thinking about it for a while now. Thank you all. All right.
Okay, for Fern.
So, you know what, Fern, what I was getting, and maybe I was just picking up something that, oh, good.
I
I
found
don't
it.
know what, oh, good. Good.
Yay.
Good.
Excellent.
Yay. Good
Thank you,
job.
God.
So, Fern, what I was getting was that you were going to recycle and repurpose clothing. And I heard some children's clothing or some like costume clothing and some like party wear for children, but repurposing, almost like getting wedding dresses that people like give away for just pennies on the dollar and remaking them into like fantasy dresses or children's clothes or prom clothes. I'm not sure if this is what you're thinking about. It was pretty specific. Because I was just saying yes or no, and it told me that you already do this. And then I said how, and that's what they were giving me. Interesting.
Mm.
I was the first thing I saw, and I don't know if you did. I mean, when I was growing up, I think all 7th and 8th graders had to take home ec and learn how to sew. And you had to go down to the fabric shop and buy a little pattern. And remember those simplicity patterns, or I think they're Vogue patterns,
Mhm.
and the illustrations on them were very, very specific. So I saw one of those patterns. And then I saw you cutting things out, and but the focus was on the pattern, that you start out with a pattern. And I don't know if that's a pattern you've made or if it's a pattern for how you get into this field, but it's like you start out following kind of a structure, but then you really branch out on your own. And as I was trying to tune into it more, it was like there was more about the patterns, so that your creativity, and I don't know anything about this field, so you probably understand this better, but that you would be designing and making the patterns and maybe making some samples, but then having somebody else, having another factory or produce them. But it wasn't like that wasn't the main business. You need to keep upstream on the creativity, because you can get bogged down in the day-to-day of, okay, now they have to get manufactured, and there's the shipping, and there's the, all the representatives and all of that. So somewhere there's a pattern for you to follow for turning this into a business, but the emphasis is on you doing the creative work, creating it, creating the pattern, creating design. Here's some samples, and then somebody else takes over on the execution of the actual garments. I hope that helps. But in other words, the short version is, yes, you should do it.
Well, it's interesting. Oh, go ahead.
She did say she hasn't ventured into it yet, but I'm doing research since she rarely finds clothes she likes for herself.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Right above on the wall beyond me, I have a beautiful. It's a golden man in the moon with stars in the mirror in the circle. And the first thing that I was drawn to by your guides was the man in the moon. And then they said, yes, we're over the moon about it. And we've been nudging you. We've been encouraging you. These little instinctual ideas and feelings that you're having are for real, and they are encouraging you. So on top of that, though, I was instructed to draw the cards. So I did draw 3 cards for you. And of course, I had to use the beauty deck, right? Design, clothes, you get it?
Perfect.
The first one I drew was the Queen of Pentacles. Isn't she lovely? She is beautiful. And how it applies to you here is she is a sign of good business sense. She's down to earth. She's down to earth. And she's responsible and she's grounded. So that's a very good card. Now, this next card, don't get upset until we explain it. The next card is the 5 of Cups. I'm going to make sure I get that nice and close. Oh, that seems like it's bad. But I was given to tell you that this card symbolizes regret, loss, and guilt. Now, I just want to say this, and this is not in a critical way, but I believe what the guides are leading me to say through this card is give up the regret, give up the guilt, give up the sense of loss, move towards your dream, and whatever your passion is, go towards that. And I believe that they're asking you to give that regret up and any guilt or feeling of loss that you may have, because this final card, I just love the cards. The Ace of Pentacles. Yes, indeed. That is a very successful card. It's prosperity, plain and simple. That's it. So yes, yes, and yes. You've gotten 3 yeses, and you've gotten encouragement, and you've got some incredible guides to back you up. So thank you very much for your question, Fern. And get back to us. We want to hear about all your successes.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
For sure.
Sounds so creative. Thanks, Fern. And I see the Crone Zone is here. We will all be on the Crone Zone channel.
Indeed.
It's the Crone Zone on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. Yeah. And please come on over and join us there. And Crone Zone ladies, let me make you a moderator, and you can put your link in, or the show for the link, if you don't mind.
Thank you, Jane. So appreciate your assistance. Yes. We are getting some incredible questions, everyone. And I just want you to know I'm trying very hard to keep up with them. And we're going to go to this next one. Yeah, ladies, you ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay?
I see Carol at 4:45 or 2:45 whenever you get a chance.
Okay. Let me get on.
Carol at 2:45.
Hi, Everett. Thanks for coming over.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Carol. Gotcha.
And then Allison is at two down from her at 2:45. All right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And the Crone Zone, we will be there on Monday. Please join us at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. All of us will be there doing a special wisdom circle.
We'll be talking about how our
Discovering
And
your gifts.
this discovering our gifts. It'll be
Yes.
interesting. I can't wait to hear everybody else's stories.
That's going to be a really great show. And they've all been really, really incredible. I mean, I'm honored to be amongst these ladies, to gather wisdom from them, and certainly with every show I have. So please join us on that. That's really great. Okay. We have a message from Yvette Braggs. Okay.
Messages from my dad, Eric.
Any messages from my dad, Eric, concerning his insurance papers? Okay. I'm guessing you want to know where they are. Okay.
I hear him saying, I love you too. So I'm not sure if you're saying, I love you, Dad, but he's saying, I love you too. He's a really cool guy. He's a really cool guy, and he's got swagger, and he's never lost it. He's always been a really cool guy, and he's got swagger. And he's saying that he may not have been the best at keeping his papers in order, but yeah, he's just saying that the important things in life are what he was focused most on. He said he lost track of these things towards the end of his life. I'm not sure if maybe like for the last 2 or 3 years towards the end of his life that things weren't as organized in his house, and things were sort of kind of let go a little bit and not kept up. So he's saying that go back to like 2 or 3 years, wherever, like if there was a place that he used to keep them, he's saying, because it's not anything new. So he's telling me like for the past 2 or 3 years, he really didn't have a handle on things. Not that he ever did, because he's telling me, he's like, I'm a cool guy. He was like, he just was really cool. He's like, he just was talking to me like, how you doing? He was really cool, really, really cool. And he's just saying that so when he's telling me that the last 2 or 3 years that he didn't have control over where things were, where things went, maybe go back 2 or 3 years where he may have kept things or may have had things, or whoever was handling things for him around there. But I'll keep checking. Oh, Yvette's laughing. She says, LOL. He's a charming guy too. He's very charming. He's being very charming. So what do you have, ladies?
I was getting the sense that he was sort of saying, "Oh, they sent me so much stuff. They sent me so much stuff," and just I don't know if you threw it out or recycled it or whatever. But again, he sort of like he was saying to Jean to look back, and even if it's not with the same representative or whatever agent, if you can find something, and I'm not sure if this is homeowners or car insurance or health insurance or whatever, but if you can find something with the same company or the same agent or the same company, just give them a call and have them look up your name, because his name, they'll all be able to find it on file. Even if it's health, if you give them his birth date and social security number or whatever, they'll be able to track it down and help you with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you have some more?
That's about it. Other than empathy, I've done this before, having to go through people's files. And during the last part of winter, that's what I've been doing. Put things together so that my son doesn't have to do that when I make the transition, because it's not always easy. I really understand that.
Well, he is a cool guy. But I asked for some validation. I asked for some guidance on this. And did he call you baby? Because he said, baby, it's not where you would think. It's in a box of things with some kind of a folder I'm seeing. I can't tell whether it's leather or it's just a brown folder like you would put papers in back in the day, and it has a string on it that wraps around. That's what I saw. But he just kept saying, "Baby, that's my baby. That's my baby." And much love, much love. Give. Oh, we did call you baby. Thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's what I got. And I'm thinking maybe someone shuffled it, because I getting the feeling from him like, at one point he did have everything where it needed to be, but I feel shuffling, like maybe people were moving his things and didn't look like something, uh, those of us who are a little older, we remember those old brown waxy folders. Remember those with the strings? It looks like that. So give that a try and get back to us. And
And you call the insurance company and see if they have anything on record, and whatever insurance company was nearby or that you might remember seeing something from. Yeah, yeah. All the best to you. Good luck
yeah,
on finding it, Yvette.
Yes, all the
and
best.
definitely, he's sending you much love, and he's right there with you. So thank you so much for that question, Yvette. Really appreciate that. Okay. Now we are going on to Pierrette's question. Any messages from my spirit guide? Is May getting better? Don't we all want to know that?
Yeah.
Let's find out if it's going to get better for you.
um, what I am seeing is very lovely. It's, I don't know if you've ever seen those Japanese woodblock prints where they have the ocean, like the swirling,
Yeah.
swirling waves of the ocean, and they're just beautiful. So there's all of this very artistic swirling, but it's still kind of tumult. But you are floating above it. So there's lots of tumultuous, heavy weather and waves, although it's very beautiful. So somehow there's a pattern, there's some control over at least the representation of it. So, but still it's bumpy. It's the waves of the ocean, but somehow because of all the energy that they're throwing up, it's creating this like a pad of air that you are sitting on, and it's lifting you up. So even though it can seem tumultuous, by the very nature of all this action going on somewhere else, it's helping you stay above the fray, and you're kind of floating on a cloud of air just above
Mm.
the beautiful waves. And I think they're showing that to me as beautiful waves, as saying that, yes, just like we were talking about before, you need those contrasts for you to be able to float. It needed to make the motion to make that pad of air for you. So that's not a very literal answer, but I think it is. You're going to rise above the craziness.
Terry Lee.
I'm heard immediately break the mold, and I'm like, break the mold. But then when Joan started to give hers, then all of a sudden I realized what they were trying to say is, when things are happening to us, we develop a pattern of repetitive thinking. Okay, this is coming. A pattern of repetitive thinking has developed, and in order to rise above that, you need to take a look at what that was that happened and grab the gems that came from it, like you're searching for treasure. That's what I'm saying. Searching for treasure. Go through it. Go through what has just happened to you and look for the little gems that came from it. Look for those things and take those things and put those in your heart. And that will raise the vibration for May. And whatever's ahead of you in May will be easier. But it's important to just hearing, grab those gems, grab those little things that came from this experience that you just had, and put it close to your heart and be grateful. And I'm feeling like, and by the way, I love those ocean pictures, Joan.
I love
When
those
you
too.
said that, I could just see it. They're so beautiful. And that is such a beautiful picture to keep in your heart and your head. That's what I got.
So, Pierrette, I was not getting very much at all, and they were just showing me that it's important for all of us in these new energies to create our new environments, our new manifestation, our new happiness. And we were talking about singing. I was singing Hooked on a Feeling, you know, that song that goes ooga shaka, ooga, ooga, ooga shaka. That's the song we were all rocking out to before this show because we wanted to raise our vibration. So you want to create and surround yourself with these higher vibrational, inspirational, positive things and just rev up that energy. And I'm not saying spiritual bypass, I'm saying nurture your soul. There are times of the day where you'll have to look at those important responsibilities and, maybe not so fun to look at things, but make sure you take time and lift your spirit. Make sure you surround yourself with the utmost comfort you possibly can and things that bring you joy. It really does make a difference. And this is that ebb and flow. This is that yin and yang. We need to have that balance in life.
So true. So true. And I have to speak from experience just briefly here. I've been through a whole bunch of crazy stuff since February, and it's finally starting to kind of get to where we want it to be. But I have to tell you, I constantly remind myself of all the things I'm really happy for and how all the things that during this turned out well, even though it looked bad, a final solution was made and a path forward was made. And that is so important for all of us when we go through these difficult times because it's also speeds up the results, the positive results you're looking for. So I hope that helps. And thank you very much,
Good point. Good point. Thanks for following that up, Terry Lee. I didn't know that. It does.
That's experience speaking, baby.
It's a good point. Remember that. Oh, wow.
No, I learned that from my guides. They, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, and then you catch yourself and you say, okay, what's my message for today? What's the mood? Where do I need to point my soul in? And it helps me so much. And I can really tell when I forget to do it because I get sidetracked. Okay, Emily, moving right along. Thank you, Emily.
That's a fun
Is
question.
being an artist part of my soul contract? I really love that question too. I'm going to enjoy reading this. Okay.
So I'll go first. I'm actually getting it's a little controversial, but they're telling me no. And the way that they're telling me no is that contracts are for soul's growth and for us to sort of help each other grow. And they're telling me that your being an artist is your soul's desire, is your soul's sort of natural state of being is in that creation. It's your soul shining through. Where contracts, I think, are more on, to connect with another person, a contract with another person in order for it to facilitate learning or to help boost each other or to help create a new creation together. But your artistry is coming through your soul's desire, like your soul is expressing itself through you. So I think that might be what you were asking about, and maybe the terminology got mixed up, but it's definitely your soul's desire.
Yes, I was seeing that. And Jean, thank you for seeing that distinction. But when I was tuning in, it was more about is she supposed to be an artist or use these talents? And I'm assuming that you're a visual artist because what I heard was she's going to use these skills no matter what you do, whether you decide to be a professional painter or photographer or whatever your medium is, or if you are, I don't know, working in an office job or something like that. You will not be satisfied unless you have these gifts that you have and use them and incorporate them somehow. And that might be just the way, the website looks, or the way the office is laid out, or how there's just a million ways to be a visual person in kind of a computer world or a online world or in-person world, to use those visual skills. I don't have those so much, but there's they are transferable skills that can be of benefit to you wherever you are. Of course, your soul will really sing if you become a professional artist of whatever your medium is. But sometimes when that becomes your business and your form of income, it can kind of sap the joy from it.
Yeah.
So find ways, no matter what you're doing, to use those skills, because it's just like we were talking about before. It ups your vibe. It takes what's comes naturally to you and expresses it. It's like a flower blooming. It's like those daffodils. You can't stop them even when there's snow and cold. And that is like your artistic skills. You're going to find a way to put them to use no matter what.
Wow.
Well said, Joan. That's a great message. It's interesting. The feeling I got was, it was a feeling about your soul, and that was and is the joy in many lives. I got that you've been an artist in a past life. And actually, they're encouraging me to say past lives. So this is something that is let me just let them, an integral part of your soul's tapestry. See, it's much better to let them speak, isn't it? An integral part of your soul's tapestry. And you are perfecting it lifetime after lifetime for the joy and appreciation of others, because you receive so much when you give your joy and your talent to others. So yes, it is an integral part of your soul. So there you go. Ooh, that gave me chills. Wow. That is a powerful message.
Beautiful.
And let us know if you have any comments about that, Emily. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. We have got a lot of starred questions. Everybody breathe. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Here we go. Monique Arnold, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Do my spirit guides have any financial advice for me? Thank you. Yeah, shall
Hi,
we throw in
Monique.
some
Thanks
winning
for
lottery
coming.
numbers on that too?
I know, right?
Financial advice. Got it. I'm chuckling because I just heard go with the flow. So there's a flow. There is a flow. Yes, even with finances, there's a flow.
Mm-hmm. Okay, all I'm seeing is this guy who must be a financial guide. He looks like it's from the 20s or 30s, and he's got the visor and the armbands on his shirt and kind of the vest. He's kind of got hair my color and sitting down, and he's traditional. And he said it's like there are basics, there are ABCs, and to just kind of get your plan in place. And then now he's saying, let's say you're building a water feature in your garden. That's what this is. And all the stones and everything are in place, and you've got everything just like kind of set up. And then all of a sudden you open the floodgates and the water can come in so it can flow and be beautiful just as you'd planned. And that's what they're saying. To sit down and do very, and maybe you can talk to somebody, a financial counselor or somebody who just to kind of sit down and say, okay, do I have enough for, if I lost my job or was in between jobs, do I have a couple of months of income and a check? And do I have this? And kind of looking at the big picture what's the, how much do you need to put away and all of that, kind of the whole budgeting thing. And once those goals and milestones are in place, then things can flow in and go where they want, rather than like having too much here and too much there. What could have been a good flow can get bogged down in places where, I hadn't thought about the dentist bill and all of that type of thing. So they're just encouraging you, and they're saying you have enough flow to do this. And it doesn't have, you don't have to wait until you're, have a huge amount of income coming in to make these plans. It can go from a very simple amount forward. And they're saying there is help available if you need, whether it's through books or calling somebody who might have these services available, like through the community somehow or through a bank. That help is out there. Yeah, that's about it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Go ahead, Terry.
All right. At first I heard go with the flow. And then I was directed to the cards. Sometimes I don't really draw the cards immediately just to save time. So I did draw these 3, and I was cracking up while she was doing the guidance. I was like, oh my God, look at this. Look at that. The Ace of Pentacles. So you definitely have some flow going on. That is prosperity, manifestations. Very, very good card. The next card was the Hermit. Okay. Now the Hermit is soul searching, a lot of looking inward, but it's also research. And as you can see in this picture, the young lady has a book under her arm and she's following the light. So research is going to be very important for you. And then the 7 of Pentacles. And the cards, you can't make this up, right? It's investments. Investments. Yeah. So looks pretty good for you, Monique. And just the general sense I'm getting, this clairsentience, this knowledge, is that you're very good at it. It's part of, it's a gift that you have. It's a talent you have. It's a skill that you have, and you use it well. And so enjoy, because it's coming your way.
Excellent. Excellent. So Monique, what I was seeing for you is sort of like, how Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Well, you're Jill with your pail of water, and your pail has a hole in it. And you were like skipping along, and your pail had a leak in it, and you couldn't see that leak. So I think that there's something leaking from some place that you're not aware of. There's a leak, there's a draw, there's a pool, or a unnecessary expense coming out without you knowing it, or without you being aware how detrimental it may be. So I would keep an eye out for that. But like the other 2 ladies said, that you are very astute, and you are very capable, and you have a lot of abilities, and you focus on it quite in detail. And this is why you're like, I'm counting everything. I don't know what's happening. So I would look at something that is that may be draining, rather than supporting you or fulfilling you. It may just be I can't really estimate exactly what this feeling is, other than I'm not really getting anything for the remedy on this, but just to watch out for something that may be hidden, or maybe unknown, or unrealized. And like Joan said, keeping that spreadsheet and watching what comes in and goes out is a really good practice as well. So
Awesome.
very good.
That's great.
And finances is a way to use your intuitive abilities too. I'm saying this on my brother. My older brother is retiring at age 70 today from a career in investments, and he wouldn't say that he is intuitive, but I other people have said, you do all the study and learn how to do it, but then there's sort of an intuitive thing about picking the right investments. And
yes,
yeah, it's
a skill.
Yeah. That's how he's expressed his the family psychic abilities is that way.
All
It's worked
right.
out well for him.
Great. Okay. We have next. Um, okay. Yeah, she's got the name in there. Michelle Dyer. Hello. My name is Michelle. Can I get any messages from my husband, Kurt Dyer? We live in Wisconsin. Thank you, Michelle.
I'm seeing a dog with like a slit for eyes. I'm not sure if the dog was sleeping or if the dog is squinty eyes, but like they're showing me a dog, sort of like a tan dog with dark eyes that kind of look like little slits. You know how sometimes dogs look like they're smiling. They have like those little slit, squinty eyes. Oh, it may be Kurt. It may be Kurt smiling with those little squinty eyes.
Hmm.
Because he comes through to me by being loyal, unconditional love, and sometimes the dogs are a symbol for me. And I just realized that it's either I can't tell, but I think it may be a symbol of him. Not sure if Kurt. Seeing somebody in having medical. I don't know. Looks like braces and something on a pulley system. Not sure if that makes any sense to you, Michelle. Um, he's just showing me this brace and a pulley system. Um,
Hmm.
I know it's so random, isn't it? So, Michelle, let us know if that means anything to you, so that I can go ahead and get to his message. If that, I know it's. I'll see if I can't get some more. Do you, ladies? Do you either of you have anything?
Joan, go ahead.
I am afraid I'm not getting a lot. I right away got a lemon, and I had to
Hmm.
sit with this for a long time. And I think it is, you have a lemon, and even before it's peeled, you can smell that wonderful, wonderful scent of the lemon. But if you just eat a lemon, it's pretty tart. And it took me a while, but he was kind of saying that he had that some of the qualities of the lemon that he kind of drew people to him, but he could be a little tart sometimes. And so he was saying we were a perfect combination because you were the sugar that made it all,
That's
you kind of smoothed off the rough edges or the tartness, and it all just worked out. You kind of turned lemons into lemonade. And he just really loves you for that, and that we were a good mix. That's what it is saying. So yes, and he may not have expressed it in just that way, and he's still very proud of what he did in the world, and he was a good person. But without you, you helped him show up more. You brought out the best in him, and he sees that more clearly now when he's sending love. He really loves you for that.
that's
We were a
very.
good team.
Aw. Well, I'm getting something that I guess will require validation, but um, I'm seeing a man in a suit uh, dancing with a lovely lady, which I'm assuming it's you. And he's a little taller than you, and he's looking down. But what I heard, excuse me, I heard beautiful music, but what I heard from him was, remember that time I put on a suit? I don't know what that means. Please validate that for me. I don't know, but he said, "Remember that time I put on a suit?" And that's the feeling I'm getting. The same thing that Joan indicated was that you were the love of his life. He adored you, and yes, I'm getting from him that you completed him, you made him whole, and he is so grateful to you for that. And he's also grateful for your patience. He's saying, "Thank you for being patient with me." And yeah, just that really nice visual of you two dancing together was really sweet. And what I felt from him was that um, adoration for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We're so sorry for your loss, but
Yes.
it's still there.
Yeah, she said she's not sure because he was electrocuted, so there's not any pulley system or braces involved. Thank you for
Oh,
validating that, Michelle. And
yeah.
she said, thank you so much for that. Um,
Okay.
he's just the next thing he's showing me is a teddy bear. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long ago he passed, but I'm not sure why I'm getting a little bit of a sort of symbolisms rather than messages from him. But maybe we'll try back another time, and we'll try it again.
You know, it is interesting how the souls are different when they come through the styles and the messages they give us and how we receive them. So,
I was just going to jump in and say thanks to Amy Sika, who said, uh, you found the titles to your husband's cars and truck. You found the keys to a safe deposit box, and the titles were in there. I don't actually remember if I recommended that to you, but I'm really glad you found that. Wonderful.
Wow.
yay. That's wonderful. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving on up to Lady Soul. Hello, Lady Soul. I would love a message. It's been so long. What is the energy for the month of May? I got another month of May question, ladies. All
Okay.
right. Lady Soul.
I see you being very busy. I see you having many different tasks or many different projects going on at the same time. I see you sort of driving back and forth to uh, different places that you spend some part of your day at one place and you spend another part of your day at another place. And I see you building something. You're building like a project, and you're working at it and you're constructing it and you're planning this, and you're just very busy and very conscientious, and you have a plan, and you're working on this. But I see you overjoyed and just elated. You have such joy in your heart. It's really lovely to see.
I am seeing you at the beach. And I think it is more metaphor than real. Although, if you can get to the beach, do.
Go.
And I think that again, I was seeing you as feeling that you were very busy, they're encouraging you to, in your mind, go to the beach. And when I see you at the beach, the wind is like, boom, your hair is blowing back, and it's kind of almost like blowing the sand in your face. It's really windy. There's a lot of strength in that wind coming at you. But rather than staying down on the beach and letting the sand, like sandblast you, then I saw you putting your arms out, and you were like a kite. It lifted you up. So there's a lot going on in your life, but if you keep the beach attitude and keep your vibration high, it's going to somehow this is like the floating on a cloud above the ocean again. Just kind of vibrationally go to that place, and it'll lift up your vibe so that you can handle whatever's coming up. But it does seem busy, like a busy month for you.
It's so fascinating how that tied in. I try when I first get these messages, I try to just, keep that message in my head and just get ready to say it. And then whatever happens, happens. Well, it was windy and warm. Windy and warm fits in perfect with the beach, right? as I kind of dialed into that, I thought, I think the windy is busyness, like Jane said. I think that there's a lot going on in a lot of different directions, but the warmth to me is spirit telling you that the love and joy in your heart will guide you through this wind and the activities that you're going through. Just keep that level of energy up, keep that vibration up. Yeah, because it's going to be windy and warm. And I think that's what the warmth is. So thank you very much, Lady Soul. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're moving right along because we have to. And Joanna Albrecht, if you are in the chat, do you have a specific request for a type of reading, or are you just requesting a general reading? If you can let us know that, that would be great. And I'm going to take a drink of water and see if you pop up.
She said, "Yay."
Yay. Do you want that to be a general reading, Joanna, or is it a reading about your life, your what's ahead for you, messages from guides, anything like that? And narrow it down, we can get it done faster. Okay. Oh, a couple more seconds.
I'm packing up my car and not sure where I'm going.
Now that's guidance. Thank you. Okay. All right. Packing up the car.
That makes sense for why my third chakra was lighting up. It's the self-confidence that comes through your intuition. So yeah, if it's good to have some plans, but go ahead and feel like this is part of the journey, is to kind of tap into your intuition and navigate by, I don't know if it feels right to go here. And even if you're literally traveling somewhere, it's really important to use your intuition and your gut instinct to say, I don't know if I want to stay at this hotel or stop at this gas station or whatever. And other times you'll feel like, yeah, this is just fine. Just make a point of kind of checking in with your gut and feeling, does this feel okay? Or do you get that kind of icky feeling in your gut? And from doing that, even just a couple of times and saying, oh yeah, seeing the results of it, it's going to build your self-confidence. And that's what I saw you needed for most of all, just in general, to learn to trust yourself, to trust your guidance, to trust your intuition. And that it like plants your feet on the ground. And that's what you need for moving forward. Mm-hmm. Good luck.
Okay.
Terry Lee, did you want to go?
All right. Well, I'm pulling cards right now.
Do you want me to go while you do that, or it's up to you?
I've got them if you're...
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the first card I drew was the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. And you can see this woman. She almost kind of looks like she's going off in an adventure somewhere into this deep forest. There's a lot of meanings for this card, but I like really the meaning of taking stock in this instance. I'm guessing you're packing up your car because you are ready perhaps to take stock of what's going on in your life and the direction that you're going in and where you want to go. And I'm hearing the word manifestation in my head right now, that this is the time. This is the time. It's the time in your life to manifest. Okay, second beautiful, beautiful card, the Star card. And look at this picture. Let me see if I can get it. Isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful.
That looks like someone who is manifesting, right? Dreaming, letting your soul have its voice and listen to it. Don't let your worldly thoughts get in the way of what's coming to you right now. This is going to be a very special time for you. Very special time. And Ten of Pentacles. That's another great card. So in this instance, I would have to say, I mean, I think in this instance, it's a windfall. Okay. I'm going to say it's a windfall. It indicates money, but I think in my heart, I'm feeling you're going to have a windfall in your life, a windfall of your soul. This is going to be something that really shows you who you truly are inside. And yeah, it might be a little cash in it for you too. But I'm just really feeling good about this, Joanna. I feel like, obviously, as a mom, I would say to any young lady doing that, be wise, listen to your guides, look at everything that's going on around you. That's coming from me. But boy, Spirit says this is what this is all about. It's about you growing and learning a lot about yourself right now. So, wow, happy trails. Happy trails to you, Joanna.
She said, "Yay, finally." She did also say that her mom passed away and her
Oh,
self-esteem had been very low. So now she's looking for her forever home. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
well,
Joanna, go ahead.
I just want to add to that. Then I'm sure your mom will be your shotgun on that trip. So have lovely conversations with her, as I do with my mom all the time in the car.
And I think your mom was giving you a message through Terry Lee when she said, "As a mom, I'm saying," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's her mom saying that," because she didn't see the message yet.
I think it
But
was.
so I am not typically a card reader, but for some reason my guides were showing me the fool card, and it's not what you think. It's not that you're a fool. It's that it's the beginning journey of the tarot, and you are on the beginning of your journey, and the world is your oyster. And the one thing I would say is. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself trying to find your forever home. It's important for you to find your right now home. And I feel as though that you are relying on yourself and that you will find such confidence. You'll find your confidence in yourself and you'll make it through, whether you have to stay at Airbnbs from time to time to find a job, to find your place, to find whatever you need to do, you can do it. You have the resources, you have the intelligence, you have the tenacity, you have the you can talk. Look at the way you came in and
Oh,
got a reading here today.
mhm.
You can access things through your communication. You have excellent communication skills, and you will be able to get what you need when you need it on your own, and you'll be able to rely on yourself and build that self-esteem for sure. So she said,
Oh,
"Mom
yeah.
is co-pilot for sure." When she said that,
Oh,
I felt like it was my mom. I did too.
oh, well, I think it was because I usually hesitate giving any advice from my mind, but that came through loud and clear. So that was a wonderful reading. Thank you so much, Joanna. I really appreciated that. Having that feeling of adventure and excitement for you. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let me get back over to the start questions here.
You stop back and let us know how you're doing.
Oh, yes, please. That would be great.
And
Okay.
as an aficionado of long road trips, I'd say at night, just envision where you're going tomorrow and just like skiers do when they're going through the slalom run, you can just envision it to make sure it comes out perfectly for you.
Awesome. Scorpio Mama, hello. What do my guides say about me having energy healing? Hmm.
Receiving
Re-
it?
That's
Yeah,
what I thought. Was it receiving?
that's what I initially thought. Let's just double check. If we are wrong, Scorpio Mama, please let us know. Oh, okay. Scorpio Mama, are you referring to energy healing for yourself? Okay, great. All right.
Okay, good, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
What the first thing I got was participating. It's important to understand that energy healing is allowing our bodies to facilitate our own body's natural healing process by removing sort of like energy blocks and or stagnant energy. Um, so it's you are participating in this. It's not somebody else doing something to you. You and your body are in full control over your own healing, and what a energy healer does is help to facilitate and to help to move the energy, but you need to participate in this, understand this, and work with this, almost like as homework as well. So I
Mhm.
got participating. They told me this.
Well, it's the first time I've drawn a card, or one of the first times today, and I drew one from my Archangel deck and got Archangel Raphael, prioritize your health.
Oh,
And
wow.
he, yeah, and definitely a lot of energy around there. So I agree with Jean. And the other part of allowing the healing to come, and I was hearing, yeah, it depends on the practitioner and everything. But as long as you get referrals or find someone that you can trust, and then whatever questions you have, just let them go and say, I'm going in to experience this and get the most out of it I possibly can. And don't have the expectations that, if everything is going to be perfect in one session or whatever, but
Mhm.
just kind of affirm that the best possible outcome is going to come through. And if you can remove the concern and worry and doubt, that just clears the runway for the energy to come
Mhm.
and really do what it needs to do. That's the one of the best ways you
Yeah.
can do to participate. So yes, go for it.
Um, okay, I'm trying to pick. Okay, so she said she did have a treatment. She felt emotional and felt energy, and I'm still feeling it.
Wonderful.
And then she said, the first time I didn't feel too much. I started my diet and exercise. This time I felt a lot more. The message I'm receiving for you, Scorpio Mama, and a part of this speaks from experience I've had. Sometimes when you're seeking for a message, a guide will show you something that you've experienced so that you can communicate it. Um, but what I heard from them distinctly was a healer is a bridge. A healer is a bridge to your health and control over your own body. And then what they showed me, okay, all right, I'm going to get a little personal here. There was a lady that I received a wonderful Reiki lady, did massages and had her oils, treatments. And, I was just enthralled with her at first when she started to treat me and help me. And, but then I kind of started to notice some things about her personality that were a little kind of like, kind of grumpy and kind of negative. And I was like, wow, well, am I really getting this treatment from her? Am I exaggerating what I'm feeling here? Because at first I was so enthralled with it, or what is this? Because I see this negativity coming from her. So how does this positive energy come through her? And then that was kind of what I got from it is it is the healer is like the bridge, but you're the one who creates the healing. The healer is just the bridge. And that can be that stepping forward and saying, okay, I want healing and I'm going to physically go to this person and request healing through this person and ask for the healing and receive the healing and know that it's available to you because you are surrounded with a team that is there to help you and to help you understand your diet and feel good about your exercise and that sort of thing. So it's a real teamwork kind of thing, but your soul definitely knows how to instruct your body to be whole. So you just continue right at that, Scorpio Mama, because I really feel like you're on the path and just enjoy. And okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's great that you saw the progression from the first time to the second time. Excellent work.
Yeah, it's an interesting relationship with your healers.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lisa. Hi, Lisa Sandros. Nice to see you here. Any message from the dog I had to give him up, Harley.
Oh,
Lost.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that. Really sorry. That is a very, very tough situation to be in and heartbreaking as well. But how beautiful of you to be able to give him another place to live that he'd be safe and until you were ready to have another pet. Okay. Um,
They were showing me a dog that I used to have, Pepper, who loved to go on lawn walks and go swimming in the river. And when we'd go down a path with him, he was kind of a high-strung dog. So if there was another dog coming towards you, you had to keep him really on a short lead, and he would just kind of go crazy. But as soon as that dog was past his vision, it was like it didn't exist. It was because he lived so much in the moment, always looking forward. And Harley is saying to me, it's a little bit like that. You are in his heart, and you'll always have a place in his heart. And if you walked up to him and he saw you coming toward you, he would just go bonkers because he loves you so much. But he's kind of pragmatic. I mean, it was a hard adjustment period, but now he's looking forward again. And it's not like his heart is breaking that he's just waiting for you to come to the door. He's living in his moment, in his reality now. And it's different. It's different than it was with you. And he really loved being with you. But because of the nature of dog, he's very much living in the moment with and dealing with his current circumstances. And he's doing just fine. He's learning, still kind of learning things and how things are different, and he's settling in. But once again, that time he had with you was very special, but it's kind of locked. It's sort of like when you take a photo album and you put it on the shelf. But if you took that off the shelf, if he saw you again, you would be, like that again. So he's very grateful to you for that. So he sends love, but wants you to not have heartache about him. He's not pining away. He's learning to be happy again and wants you to too.
Can I go next, Terry?
Yes, please. Joan.
So what Harley told me to tell you is that your hearts are always connected, just as Joan said. And he asked me to let you know to think of him as being away at college, that it's his time to explore and learn. And he said that he's on his way to a new life because you raised him and then you let him go to college, and then he's going to be moving out and getting a full-time job. He says, just think of this is the type of separation that we're having right now. He said that he does miss you. He does think about you, but he knows dogs are telepathic. He knows he's connected to you. So you only have to close your eyes and say, Harley, I miss you so much. Mommy loves you. And we hope that you're doing well in school and hope you get a good job. I mean, this is how much he loves you, but it's from a distance. Really cute.
That's beautiful.
That's a wonderful way to put it.
Pets are so powerful in our lives because their love is completely unconditional. It is, it's a beautiful thing. Now I'm going to step out. I got a visual of a dog with a ball in his mouth, and the dog is drooling. With this big ball in his mouth. I'm not sure. It looked kind of like a pit bull type dog or a smooth hair, definitely. But just this ball in the mouth and smiling like, and I think the message there is that he's feeling this pure happiness, this pure joy. And like I say, animals are such a wonderful example to us of the pure in the moment life that they live. They live in the moment. And I'm just feeling great joy and happiness from him. And lots of drool. That's about. I hope that helps, Lisa, and let us know. Any validation that you can give us.
She said it was years ago, and she doesn't know if he's still here. Okay.
Well, even if he isn't, he can still communicate with you, and that is for sure. For sure. Okay. A lot of people going at it in the chat, and I'm so happy to see that. Hi, Brenda. You're never too late, girl. You just come on in. Okay. Thanks, Lisa. And it was really great to see you joining us today. All right, Carolyn Adams. Is my ex-husband, Jim, clairvoyant?
Is he still in this world, Carolyn?
Yeah, I would think so.
Because she said is. So,
Alive as far as I know, she says. Okay. Carolyn Adams.
hi, Akila. Are you coming to see me on Sunday? It's in Frederick this time. What was his name again? Sorry, let me go over it.
Jim.
Jim was his name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say he has very strong instincts, whether it's clairvoyant or clear knowing or just a good sense of following his gut instinct. But I don't think he realizes it. I think he just thinks that it's his smartness. I think he thinks that it's his intelligence, which is very confusing to many of us because we think we thought about it, but it's instinct. So I'm not sure if it's actually clairvoyant or clear knowing, or if he gets gut instincts. I do see him as being like a somebody who can forecast sort of plans ahead of time and know when the housing market is going to go up or go down. You know, like he has that kind of good instinct. So that's what I got.
Joan?
I agree. I think he has some gifts, but he wouldn't call it clairvoyance. He would just say, well, I just have a sense of whatever. But I did pull two cards on it. And from the Archangel deck, I got the victory. And it says, raise your vibration. And if you look really closely, it's this angel, and she has both hands above her head pointing up. And I get the idea that if he would, study this and raise this vibration and put some effort into it, he could really develop these skills. And then I also, from the Feathers deck, got the Meadowlark and said, it says, smile, you will soon experience a wonderful journey of inner discovery. So I think that too means that, yeah, he has the innate skills, but he hasn't really gone on the inner journey of self-discovery, perhaps. But it's there. It's there for the taking. If you put a little focus on it, he could develop them.
Brilliantly put, Joan.
Yeah, very well.
Very well done. Very well explained.
Not me, it's the spirit.
Well, I got two words, intuition and vision. Those two words just came immediately. And then I found it a little bit difficult to read him. Sometimes, I don't know, if somebody's not asking you directly, it gets a little shadowy. So I am going to draw a card right now off the top of the deck. Here's the deck. Let's just see what it adds. Okay, it's the moon card. Look at that. There you go. So that would tie in. I mean, that is like, it relates to dreams and intuition. I don't know if you can see this, but the word intuition is on here. So, I would say that he has a highly developed skill of intuition, and it's an interesting thing. A lot of people do have that skill, but will block it out with earthly reasoning, and, they push it away, or they don't want to look silly or whatever. But other people have a gift of just saying what they feel and see. And I'm feeling like that is what's going on here with Jim. But definitely intuition and vision. So there you go. All right. Hey, Kevin's loving vibration. Thank you so much for joining us today. Nice to see you. And Michelle, yes, your question is started, and we've got a couple ahead of you, but it's coming right up. Thank you, Carolyn. We really appreciate that question.
Yes.
Yeah. And here we go.
Oh,
Wow.
she did
This
give us
one.
feedback. She did give feedback.
Oh, sorry. I missed that. What was it?
She just popped it up.
He forecast 9/11. He saw his guide once, and I didn't see anything but an odd light. He was told he could be a working psychic. The moon and the confusion are words I associate with him.
Okay.
Wow. Excuse me for jumping in there.
Cards giving us some insight on that. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one gave me chills, Cindy, and I'll tell you why. I've been getting nudges to have some kind of facilitate some kind of a metaphysical gathering, and it hasn't manifested yet. But I got my eyes wide open, and sounds like you're doing the same. I build and facilitate women's retreats around the country, and I am getting a nudge to build my own property/camp. I don't have the resources currently. Is this something I should take seriously? Very good question. And thank you for bringing that to us.
I'm getting maybe to bring in a partner or a team, and maybe somebody that could be the financial backing, and you be the creative force and the director. Um, this this nudge, like Terry said, is not only you. There's many people around that it's going to well. Hide your ears for those who don't want to hear it, but it's going to replace the religious, system.
Traditional.
We're all going to need it. We're all going to need to get back to the indigenous type of tribal type of just spiritual guidance and gatherings and celebrations and honorings, these types of things, and to reach and to pull out that divine spark in all of us. But we definitely need these locations, these places. And there's so many corporate things around, it's hard to find a really authentic, out of the way kind of nature facility. But yeah, it would be really great for you. I feel as though you have the ability and the knowledge and the spiritual backing, and be open to perhaps bringing in a financial backer.
So exciting.
Yes. Yeah, it really is. It's so funny.
Yeah.
When, Jean, right before you said something about traditional religion, this is what I pulled, the Hierophant.
Have fun. Yeah.
And so there is kind of, as you were saying, the need for people to gather, but not, not the big institutional way. And I also pulled another card for you, the Seven of Pentacles. So it's a prosperous, fruitful idea, and it's going to take some contemplation. It'll take work, but it takes just kind of meditating on, okay, where's this going to go next? And it's not just resting on your laurels. It's using that time to develop it in thought and kind of manifesting it. And okay, I'll do this card and then I'll tell you what I actually saw when I tuned in. And this is the Archangel of Joy, who says, prioritize play and pleasure. Oh. And so that would be part of the whole thing too. I think this project is going to be a joy for you, and will bring, and that'll go through you to everybody else who experiences it. But when I first tuned in, what I saw, again, a lot of water stuff for me today. You were on a beach and the waves, waves, waves were coming to you. And I just kept hearing the words, it's going to come to you. It's going to come to you. You just have to stand on the beach. You don't have to go chasing the water or chasing the gulls. It's coming to you just as naturally as the tide coming in. So I hope that works out for you.
All right. Oh,
And maybe it's one of the investors that Jean had mentioned who's going to be coming to you.
I found that interesting because the first thing, and I wrote this down, the first thing I heard was draw water from the well, which basically means the resources will come from people who are interested and invested and interested in investing in this facility that you're talking about. So draw water from the well. Might be someone you already know, might be someone who's going to mention something to you or come to you, but drawing water from that well means be ready to say, hey, would you be interested in doing this? The other thing I got was the signs will be given to you soon. So watch, listen for those signs. Be very sensitive to what's going on in your environment around you. And then the third thing I got was don't fence yourself in. And I don't know if that means maybe widen your search for location, perhaps, or what type of facility it might end up being. But don't fence yourself in. Keep your mind open, and the signs will be given to you. And if you're in my area, my email is purevisionary@gmail.com, Cindy. Let me know where you're at. Maybe this is maybe meant to be. Who knows? But I, like Jean said, feel like this is a time, and especially with women. And, maybe it's because women perhaps follow the call of their heart, maybe a little more readily. Not to say that there aren't some great men out there that are into it too, but definitely women are being drawn to this type of information and guidance that can help us in our lives and also help us direct and guide and help our families and our friends. So very, very good luck to you, Cindy. And thank you so much for your question. Cool.
She did respond.
Oh, she did. Okay.
She
All
said,
right.
powerful. Thank you so much.
We're a little bit apart, but that's interesting that I locked into that right away when I saw it. So I'll envision success and satisfaction for you in your venture. There you go.
Good luck, Cindy.
Yeah. Okay. Now, this question, Carol Robertson, it would be helpful to have your daughter's name. If you could give that to us, that would be great. I'll keep my eye on the live here. Okay.
Whoops. Can you hear that? Oh, no.
What?
Can you hear that?
What
Talking?
happened? I can't hear it.
Oh, good. Okay, good.
What happened?
The testing music started to play.
Oh, no, it didn't.
Oh,
We can't hear it.
I thought, oh, no. I was about to just leave.
Well,
Okay.
maybe this is Carol's daughter. Maybe this
Maybe.
is Carol's daughter. Did she like music? Was she a little yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
That could be.
We don't have her name, but let's just go with
Yeah.
Carol's daughter.
Carol's daughter.
I am getting that
And I
she's with
tuned
you
in
all
thought
the
it was
time.
lace.
What's that?
Oh, you go right ahead.
Oh, you're coming in and out. What did you say about lace?
I'm thinking, why don't you go? And I'm going to put on different headset.
Okay. So, Carol, I was seeing your daughter says that she's always around you. I see her as this little ball of light, sort of following you around wherever you go. She hasn't left your side, and she's letting you know that she's okay, and she's letting you know that I'm not sure if you may have already had a dream about her, but she comes to you in your dreams, and she says that she's very proud of you, and she says that she's okay and she's with family members. Um, she's just saying that she watches you, and she is it just hasn't left. She just hasn't left you. Um, she said that she sees something that you did with her room, with her things in her.
Oh, can you read that?
No,
Her
what is?
room, question mark. I just wrote it down right when you said that. Oh, sorry. That's exciting. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jean.
Yeah,
Forget.
yeah, she's coming through. She's coming through. And maybe I'm not sure if you, what about the room, whether you repurposed it or if you kept everything the same, or if you have a little bit of a mixture, kept some things there. But she's saying that you're keeping her alive in your heart, and in the it like you keep her included in the family. And she's just very she loves this, and she loves when you look at her picture and you talk to her in your mind. She says that she can hear your thoughts, and she says that she knows how often you think of her, and she just wants you to know that she is okay and she is still with the family. She is still with you.
Beautiful. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. Sorry for the technical difficulties there.
Oh, that's all right.
But what I saw right away was lace, for just this first small little piece of lace. And it drew my attention to how beautiful it is and how delicate it is. But then I heard her, but then became like this big lace curtain, or just so much lace. And she said, there is this delicate web, this beautiful, delicate web that connects us all. And it's like lace. And I don't know if there were lace curtains in her room, or if she was married and had a lace veil or something like that, but that's what she was comparing it to. It's a beautiful, beautiful web that connects us. So and you're part of that, and she's part of it, and you're all still connected. And she wanted to express that, yes, we're still connected, and it's a beautiful, beautiful connection, and we're connected to everything, but she sends all kinds of love. So I hope that makes some sense. And I'm sorry for the disruption there.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Jean, that just freaked me out. And I've taken to like writing down sometimes when I'm reading with more than one person. And I literally wrote that seconds before you said it. So there's definitely something about her room. She is coming through. The first thing I got was, I'm singing to you, mommy. Now, I don't know how old your daughter was. I still call my mom just passed at 102. I call her mommy. So I don't know. She says, I'm singing to you, mommy. And then there was the mention of her room. And I'm getting whatever it is you did. I'm feeling, I like what you did to my room. I like the way my room looks. The other thing I got was something about her with a cat, and it's a vision I get, so I'm not sure if it's actual picture that you have, or I'm just seeing her with a cat and kittens. So if she had a cat that had kittens, or if she has a photo with a cat and kittens, she's sending that. Also, the last thing I got, and it almost made me start crying, it was, there's so much joy here. And it was like when she said that, I could feel it. And it was just amazing. Just a beautiful, sweet, innocent, pure joy. And I think she wants you to know that. And And that's what I got. So thank you very much. And I hope that that helped.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks, Carol. And we
Yeah.
understand if you can't respond right now, but please do in the comments below or after the show in the comments. That'd be great. We'd love to hear back from you.
Yes, we
Yes.
always do. Okay. Next we have Judy Anderson. Hello. Is there a message from my son? This one got to me too, because my son would have turned 42
Mm.
this year. So his 41st birthday was yesterday, and I miss him. Oh, big love to you, Judy.
So I'm getting that he passed somewhere in his 20s. I'm getting that he was really good looking and that he loved you very, very much, Judy. He was very much a mama's boy and he would do things for you and tell you that he loved you and he would hug you all the time and that he would go out and hang out with his friends and he had a job. I feel like he was really on his way and I'm not sure what happened that caused him to leave this world, but I feel as though he's still doing those things. He's still hanging out with his friends. He's still like he feels like he wants to just continue that vibe. He says, don't think of it as ending. It's all continuing. He and I'm not sure what your son's name is, but he sounds like he has like a nickname that has an E at the end, like Mickey, Jimmy, Tommy, something E. And like he was just a cool kid, and he was a cool guy, and he was a good guy. Like how they say the good die young, and it's like an angel was taken from this world. I feel, and it's just he's just showing me how much of a good son he was, how much he loves his mom and his friends and his job, and how good looking he was. Everybody loved him. He's just telling me that he had such a wonderful life and he's really watching over everybody on the other side as well. He's just like sort of like a guardian now. So I'm going to leave it there. Ladies?
Yeah. If the very first thing was my third eye lit up, so he's definitely watching over you. But then I got just a quick flash of a guitar, and then I kept hearing the song "Killing Me Softly with Your Song," the Roberta Flack hit from
It's
the
beautiful. Yes.
70s.
Yeah.
And that is I don't know if he sang or it might be that's kind of a tearjerker of a song. It's one of those that yes, it it can crush your heart. It's
Yeah.
it's a beautiful song, but anyhow, he's saying he's there in those moments when you are thinking of him, and maybe there are certain songs that bring him to mind, and it just kind of tears at your heart. And he said, he's there with you, but he's also encouraging you to change it up and put on a happier song. Um, Loss is it's
Yeah.
difficult. And it is literally heartrending. But he wants you to remember the happy times and to put when you think, see if you can remember a song or something that is more upbeat that one that he loved or one that you might have listened to together that helps you remember and live in the memory of the joy and the happiness rather than the bittersweet part of both having him and then not having him. Oh, I'm sorry I'm not more articulate about this, but I was really feeling chills, and he wanted to get that message across that
Mm-hmm.
he understands how difficult this is for you, but don't continue to don't get stuck in the sorrow. There's He loves you. He loved his life with you, um, but he's fine now, and he wants you to live in joy uh, and not spend the rest of your life in that kind of regret. Yeah, that's about it.
That's a good message. I think I must have been trying a little hard when I first tried to dial him in, because he's like, hey, don't sweat it. Don't worry. Very, very kind, gentle soul. And basically, he told me just to chill. And so, what I'm hearing is he's saying, there never was a time, that I didn't feel that you did not have my back. You were a mama bear. You were so there for me. And I want to thank you with all of my heart for your love and your understanding. Things always didn't turn out the way I thought they would. But what I learned from you taught me so much. And I carry that on with me here. He's wishing you sweet dreams. And know that I am with you always. And he's saying you're going to be just fine. Oh. Wow. That's
Yeah.
powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very sweet soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judy. Okay. All right, Michelle, here we are. I hope you're still with us. Okay. Michelle's Shining Light Tarot. Thank you for joining us today. Her question is, my mom passed in 2020. I think I may have figured out who her dad was. We never knew who he was. Could you ask her for information or confirmation about Gene Jones being her father? All right. Well, thanks for making that so clear for us.
And Michelle's here. Thanks for staying.
Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Michelle.
Gene Jones. It's Gene Jones, Michelle's grandfather, then. The first thing I saw was a box, like a jewelry box that had a lock on it, and that it was something that someone, the parties involved, didn't want to have known. But now that it's opened, I asked my pendulum, and it said yes, confirmed that, and I believe I heard your mom say it all makes sense now, and she's not upset, she's not overjoyed. It's just like, oh yes, I can see where that makes sense. So I'm sorry I'm not getting emotional feeling from your mom about it. But she's kind of on to other things, I think.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting mixed messages, and I'm trying to ask Jean, I'm trying to ask your mom, and I'm getting yeses and nos, and there's not really like a straight answer. It's almost like that's water under the bridge, and that it's not something, it's just not something that she is willing to answer at this time. It may just require a little bit more of like a in-depth reading, maybe a personal or private reading that we can take a little bit more time and get some more information and do it together, because all three of us do provide private readings, personal uh, private readings, a little bit more in depth, and we can go over that with you guys at the end, how to contact us. But I'm getting yeses and I'm getting nos, so there's not anything straight and definite.
That's interesting that you say that, because I'm getting and I have gotten this before from other readings, other souls, when there are circumstances that are contracted, I don't know, or what am I trying to say? Yeah, contracted to happen. There are occasions where the souls on the other side are not allowed to interfere with what's going on in this person's life at this point. However, I did hear that there are some critical stones left unturned that will give you more information. And maybe that will take, and this is what I'm getting from them, this will take a period of time to allow things to gel more, I'm hearing. So if I want to take, let me see if I can put this all together. It's not for her to say right now, because there are certain things that need to be happening in this person's life. And that if you will take time to turn a couple more stones over that will give you more definitive answers, then it will give time for that, whatever that is that she's not going to reveal to us, because it's not her business too, will take place, and then pursue it again, and then perhaps pursue it enough to contact him. That's what I got. I've had that happen in a lot of cases where people want to know, well, who did this or that. And sometimes you get it, but sometimes they say, nope, it's hands off at this point. There's still free will. There's still things that need to happen in this person's life. And that's what I'm getting. So continue your search. You've got a couple more really critical things to nail down, I think. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That was interesting. Okay. We are at 4:18, and I have one more question. Ladies, are you down for it?
Yes.
Okay.
And Karen says that she didn't realize that we were on. All you have to do is click the bell when you subscribe. Click the bell for notifications, and you'll get a pop-up. Now, it depends on how much you watch your pop-ups, but this way you'll get the notification beforehand saying that we're coming on tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see you here, Karen.
Yes.
Oh, and thanks, Craig. Craig's being the moderator of the hour. So nice.
Thank you so very much, Craig. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Okay, and for our last one, Tasha. Hello, I'm having trouble paying for my bills and rent. Do you see me getting a job as soon as possible to pay for my rent and bills? Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Tasha.
So I'm just going to talk you through my process. Will Tasha get a job by May 31st, 2023? Will Tasha get a job by the end of June 30th, 2023? Says yes for June. Will Tasha get a job by June 15th, 2023? Yes. Will Tasha get a job? Oh, will Tasha get a job by June 5th, 2023? It's saying no. So mid-month in June is what I'm looking at, but that just means that maybe your start date, but keep on keeping on. Keep on hitting that
Mhm.
pavement, Tasha. You're on your way. Don't give up.
That's funny. I'd pulled out my pendulum at the same time, and so I was asking questions with you, and got that she would get a job by June 15th. Is that what you got too?
I'm sorry, that yes,
That
by
she
June 15th.
But
Yes.
that's what I got too.
Mhm.
Yes. But before that, ooh, I got it. It's really weighing on your mind. And so knowing that this is coming to you, just I would say use your time wisely to manifest it. And rather than worry, do all the practical things you need to do and all the follow up and the writing the nice letters and all of that. But the more you can just reel it in by manifesting it, living in the energy of having it, that will take some of the stress away from you and remove the headache, and it actually help bring what you want to you. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's much easier said than done, but we wish you the very, very best.
Absolutely. The first thing I heard was, this is a job you've already applied for. This is a job you've already applied for. So look into that. And then I just drew one card. I swear to God, I shuffled really well too. Queen of Pentacles is back. And I like having her. In this sense, I think for you that you need to really activate. Okay, this is what they're telling me. Set your worries aside and activate your business skills, activate your intention, activate your power and your confidence in yourself. Believe that this will happen. In the meantime, hone your skills, get information and gather it, and be ready. Be totally prepared for this to happen, and make arrangements to be prepared for this to happen. This is what they're telling me. So, make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row, and that you're feeling confident, and that someone out there is looking for you, and you're going to find each other, and it's going to be a good job. And this card assures me that it's going to pay well too. So there you go. Oh, I love that. Keep us posted.
Good
And
luck.
sorry, so sorry for what you're going through. Totally been there. I was a mother of 3 kids, a single mother of 3 kids. So the whole time, there were so many times I was so worried and so concerned, and yet every single time I would get guidance and get directed to the right place, to where I needed to be. And it's taken me on an amazing journey, working with so many incredible people and gathering all kinds of different skills. So don't limit yourself. Be very confident, and wake up in the morning and say, I know it's coming, and today could be the day. All right, ladies.
Thank you very much, everybody. And
Yeah.
thank you, Joan and Terry Lee. It's been so much fun. I just wanted to say, if anybody didn't get their questions answered, I am going live today in about 10 minutes with Deb Purple Elephant, Deb H. And I will be live on my channel. So I am going to have to pop off, and we'll be over there. So please come on over there and join us if you didn't get your question answered. And yeah, so it's been so much fun, ladies. I am going to have to go, though. Okay.
You just pop off there. You just pop off. We'll
Bye,
say
everybody.
Bye.
Oh, it was really a wonderful time. And as usual, it goes so quickly, doesn't it?
It
I mean,
really does.
That was amazing. And thank you for all the amazing questions we had today, everybody. I just want to say that if you're interested in a full reading with Wisdom Seeker Joan, go to her channel. Joan, you want to tell us how to get there? And
Yeah, just go to Wisdom Seeker Joan, and up on the banner on top, there's a little button that says book a reading, or you can go to the About page, and it has a link there to the where you book a reading with me. And I just do readings by donation, so you don't have to pay up front, and you can just pay whatever you want afterwards. So it's low risk.
wonderful. That's beautiful.
And I wanted to thank Karen Doyle, who's bragging on me over there. We had
Oh,
a
wonderful.
lovely
That doesn't
reading.
hurt, does it? That's great. And I would
And
always.
how about you?
always be honored to read for anybody at purevisionarypsychic.com. Purevisionarypsychic.com. So we're just going to have to say goodbye. It was fabulous. Once again, we will be on the Wisdom Circle. I know my time, I think, is 1 Mountain Time. Do you remember what yours is, Joan?
Let's see. That would be on Monday at, I think it's at, well, if it's 1, it should be 2 of Central Time, because you're Mountain Time, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'm sure about that. But
Yeah.
hopefully we'll just go and check out both. Do you have it on your community board? I'll put it on my community board too. So
Right.
that's another way too to tell when we're coming on. If you guys don't know that, if you go to our channel, search for our channel, you go to our channel, it'll show all of our videos plus a community board that you can ask questions of us and make comments, and we post what's coming up next for us on those as well. So once again, thank you everybody. We just love you so much, and I'll end this show as I always do, because the guys want you to know that you are loved beyond measure. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.